What does a heart attack feel like? I thought I was growing old. Hiking up the hill behind my home, a climb of 800 feet, was turning into drudgery. Then one afternoon, when walking up 30 feet to my house, on a hill, I got very tired. I slowly went up the rest of the way, sat down in an easy chair, and rested. My shoulder hurt. I assumed it was a pinched nerve, so I stretched, but it did no good. At 10 p.m. I went to bed, but was very uncomfortable. Finally I got up and sat back in my easy chair. I was still uncomfortable. I read a book and few hours went by. I got back into bed, but it made my shoulder feel even worse. Back to my chair. Finally I thought I should call the advice nurse at Kaiser. I called, and was put on hold. I recalled that my MD had expressed some concern about my heart. This clearly wasn't associated with that, but while I was on hold I googled heart attack. I read down the list. Yes for that symptom, check. Neck pain. Check that symptom. Check. After 3 checks, I hung up on the Kaiser wait and dialed 911. Can I help you? The woman asked. I'm not sure, but I think I may be having some symptoms of a heart attack. Is your address? And yes, I said. Is there someone there who can open the door? Yes. Someone is on their way and should be at your home in 5 minutes. Wow. 911 worked just as it was supposed to. I met the ambulance down in the street. I'm the guy who called. They told me to get in. My wife couldn't come, because we were babysitting our granddaughter. She arrived later that afternoon. On the ride they measured my blood pressure, took my pulse, took a blood sample, and did an EKG which they emailed to the hospital. In the ambulance, I told the nurse that I wasn't sure I should have called. She said I had waited too long. I get 2 kinds of people, she said. Those who wait too long, like you, and those who call because they have a splinter in their toe. When I arrived, I was sent immediately into an emergency room and examined by a doctor. They injected me with a blood thinner. Within a half hour the blood sample confirmed I had had a heart attack. It was mild. It turns out that there was only minuscule permanent damage, but it was real. They asked me if I would prefer open heart surgery or stents. They were inserted that afternoon. Since I had requested no anesthetics, other than local, they let me go home that evening. 3 weeks later I, with doctor's permission, climbed to the top of Vernal Falls in Yosemite. At the top I did a Rocky Balboa dance celebrating my recovery. But even more joyous was to discover that I had only had a heart attack. That was quite a relief from my prior self-diagnosis that I was having trouble walking because I was getting old. Heart attacks are treatable, getting old isn't. All this happened back in 2011. Today I feel great, but I carry a nitroglycerine pill with me just in case. I hiked the Mist Trail up to the top of Vernal Falls again, about a month ago, along with my 2 grandchildren.